Welcome back, Nick and Lex here. Thank you so much for joining me to another episode of Music with Nick. So today I've accumulated the surprise for you guys. This is not a request. This is all my, basically, me sharing some music with you guys. So I've seen a lot of mention about Jack Bruce from Cream, and I didn't know that Jack Bruce was in Cream as the vocalist. So, but I've known Jack Bruce for quite some time now because of course, Allan Holdsworth. So, I'm gonna play you some tracks that you might not know. This is a very interesting lineup. This was the second official outing of Allan Holdsworth as a solo artist, called Road Games. This was recorded in 1983, and the vocalist at the time was Paul Williams. But there's a track on a special edition by Allan Holdsworth that's called the EIDOLON collection. There's actually a Jack Bruce opener of the. I mean, there's this opener called Road Games, and this is usually sung by Paul Williams, but there's also, they did a Jack Bruce version as well. That's what I'm gonna play. This band, so Allan Holdsworth on the guitar, we have by then at that time Frank Zappa, drummer, and then long collaborator with Allan Holdsworth, Chad Wackerman. That's the guy that I'm trying to interview, of course, also, as well as Gianluca Ponti. But yeah, Chad Wackerman, I saw an interview, and well, it might happen. Who knows, right? I hope. Let's pray for that. And also, just some other information. Jeff Berlin was then Bruford bassist. That's the bassist on here. Also, Jeff Berlin went on recording multiple albums with Allan Holdsworth later on, just like Chad Wackerman. And let's see, and that's it basically. I mean, this was an EP back in the day, and it became a CD in 2001 because this was just a short. It was just, I think, let's look it up here real quick. I think it only has like 5 songs on there, very short. Let's see. Let's see, albums. There's so many. So yeah, Velvet Darkness is the first Allan Holdsworth album. He kind of hates it. He literally wanted to have it out of print, but that didn't happen. So people love it. I love it myself. It's a weird album, but it's great. That's fun. That's really, so Road Games is not even on here. I'm on Spotify. So, that's kind of odd. Oh, it's here though. So there's a Road Games Remastered. And here it says 1983. Okay, so, but I don't want to play the Road Games with Paul Williams. I wanted to play the Road Games song with Jack Bruce. And then I also want to play the Was There and Material Real with Jack Bruce. So this is going to be like a small Jack Bruce Holdsworth marathon. Okay. And then Paul Williams was the one who went on tour, and they recorded that album that I got right there in the back, the Allan Holdsworth Road Games Live. That's all Paul Williams on the vocals. But yeah, so we're gonna just change it up a little bit. I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna do the Jack Bruce Road Games version. That's on this special album, which is a compilation of Allan Holdsworth work. Okay, this is called EIDOLON, and this came out in 2017, right after he passed away. So yeah, this is literally like a bonus track. So here we go with Road Games, Jack Bruce on the vocals, Alan Holdsworth on the guitar, Chad Wackerman on the drums, and I think, let me see. Oh my God, it's because sometimes they change a lineup so fast. So it's Jeff Berlin because it's like Jimmy Johnson or Gary Husband on the bass. So it's always, we always have to be careful with Alan Holdsworth because there's so many musicians that have worked with him. But let's go, and I hope you guys enjoy. I hope I'm not too low. And here we go with Road Games. Enjoy. Jack Bruce. All right, so this version, By the way, I've heard this hundreds of times, so if I play along, air guitar, whatever, uh, don't tell me, oh, yeah, you, you know, because I've heard in the comments like, oh, why did you know this section? And why do you know that he's tapping? Because I've heard it before. So this was the never released version of Road Games with Jack Bruce. And because I don't know why they didn't use it, they used Paul Williams, which is also very good. But I like the Jack Bruce version. I've always liked that one a little bit better. It was on a like Japanese special edition how I got to hear it the first time, and then I compared it with Paul Williams's one. That's the official one that's on this CD that I'm gonna pull up now. So the fifth and the sixth song, they're also sung by Jack Bruce, and they're called "Was There?" and then "Material Real." So these are awesome tracks. I'm not gonna interrupt. Just enjoy, you know, the genius of Allan Holdsworth very early playing, when he was even like what are you doing? Because they were saying, well, a lot of people say that you're like the best guitar player on the planet, and he's like, yeah, that's nonsense. There's a really cute interview before a concert where this lady interviews him, and he's like, this is like something that I want to stop, and I don't know why people are saying this, and I'm just getting started. And look at the level he already was music wise. Okay, so here goes "Was There," and we're gonna go straight into "Material Real." Enjoy.
Is there something on your mind that's in trouble? Human race is blind. There's a pollution, wheels in confusion. I know where to go to seek the soul. something on your mind that's in trouble. There's no solution. It's a game that is only just begun.
Possible to follow.
Yeah, we can see. Do we have to believe? Can we
Well, yeah, so this I think this album is very this and maybe I would say Metal Fatigue are I think if I would start over with Allan Holdsworth, I would recommend those to get into Allan Holdsworth. His solos are very short. My slide. His solos are very short. It's not too saturated for someone who still doesn't have the ear for those kind of scales and but I mean you can hear it's very progressive and so yeah. So I guess I mean I started with Secrets and Wardenclyffe Tower and the 16 Men of Teen. I went straight into the instrumental stuff because there is no singing after the first 3 albums. Well, yeah, there is some on Secrets, but there's maybe just one. I think I'm gonna cover all the sung songs of Allan Holdsworth first, and then I'm gonna get into his instrumental stuff, and then I think I'm gonna get into his weirder stuff where he uses the syntax and just goes all like space, you know, just like space music, just music that doesn't really exist, but because of him, yes, it does. I'm so thankful. So yeah, so I just recommend starting there because it's still kind of like a normal rock jazz format, and he always said it's so difficult because so rock stations won't play us because they say our music is too jazzy, and then jazz stations won't play us because they say it's too rock. So they were like in limbo, you know, with their musical style, and it was very hard for Allan Holdsworth. He was always struggling, and then he said, you know, screw it, I'm just gonna go all instrumental, and that's where he shines the most. I mean, his chord progressions are insane. His solos sometimes tend to be 3, 4, 5 minutes long, all improvised. Just a master musician. That's why I'm so crazy about this guy, you know. It's simply, I got to the point where I was like, well, where guitar players were like, okay, well, I guess I've heard every technique. I'd heard Al Di Meola or John Petrucci or Pat Metheny, Pat Martino, Sean Lane. Who else had I heard before? I mean, any metal guitarist who's like amazing, you know, any like shredder virtuoso, and like I'm thinking of one that I'm missing, John McLaughlin, you know, just about anybody who was like, and then also of course Larry Coryell, not Larry Carlton though. I heard that him with Steely Dan first. Who else? Gypsy jazz players, Django Reinhardt, Birelli Lagreen, you know. And then I heard Allan Holdsworth. I was like, wow, this is something I've never heard. And then I just stuck to it. Like, you know, I just stuck to it. I just stuck to him. And he has so many albums that I was just like, I'm just gonna listen to this until I understand what he's doing. And that took years, you know? So, yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna go with Material Real. And that's the last one of this little, I guess it's a little marathon that I came up with. I'm really proud of it. Because nobody requested this, and this, I mean, this is something that nobody would request. This is something that I have to basically share with you, and I'm gonna put on the title, Have You Heard? It's not a reaction. I mean, I'm reacting because it's great music that I love, but I just want this, I want to share this on this platform. Okay, here we go. Material Real. Those chords. It's all volume swell. I have an effect like that. I'm gonna record something for you guys.
Strange how the feelings flow when you're in the crowd, then you're all alone. Time passes slowly by. People smile at me, but they just can't see.
Chad was just killing it on the bass. And Chad,
I look around and I see me. Life's funny games take their time, and I know you are
wow, it's been too long since I've heard this. Fantastic. So that chord progression at the end, the bum dum ba dum boom ba dum ba dum ba dum bum ba. That's one of the first things I ever learned by Allan Holdsworth. It was on a different disc though, not Road Games. It was just an instrumental, and I found that so hauntingly beautiful that I said I have to learn it. So so there it goes. There it is, guys. I hope you enjoyed my little mini marathon of Allan Holdsworth and Jack Bruce together. For the I think they recorded something else as well that I would love to cover someday. That is just insane because that's the only record. I mean, he plays acoustic guitar on one track on Metal Fatigue, but he also plays let's see, I think this is also with Jack Bruce, and then they never collaborated again, but they were good friends, I'm sure. Oh no, it wasn't Jack, it's Gordon Beck on the piano. So yeah, so that's where, and then there's IOU, which is basically the continuation of Road Games. So yeah, that I got that wrong. So yeah, so IOU is like the second album by Allan Holdsworth. IOU, first Velvet Darkness, then he did some stuff on the side, IOU, and then Road Games, and then Metal Fatigue. But Road Games is for some reason not on the catalog, but if I type it in separately, I find it. It's so weird. It's kind of odd on Spotify, but there must be some legal reasons that it's not under his name or some crazy stuff. But hey, I hope you enjoyed. Oh man, that's a good idea. Here's another song that I would like to share. But I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of this. I'm not a big fan of it. If it helps, you know, if I sound better, cool. If I don't, then let me know as quickly as possible so I can return it. The thing is, the way I can attach this very kind of like not really. This is designed for this microphone, but only if it is on a stand. The stand I don't have. I only have this. So to attach it here was ridiculously complex and doesn't really look like very sturdy. So it's just like, I don't know. I mean, if it helps, if I don't sound poppy or clicky or anything, then let me know. But I'm gonna use it a couple of days, and if it's not good, then I'll just change it for something else. But it was on the Prime Day, so I was like, well, I mean, if I can improve the quality of the channel in any way, I will. So thank you so much for listening. I hope this gets a lot of likes. Please, if you like this, please buy the album. I know he's no longer among us, but he left behind a beautiful family. His daughters and his granddaughters and all the fans, and this is one of the musicians that never got the you know, the attention or the wealth he deserved. He was never a rich man. He was rich in music and admiration, but you know, like money from that he should have earned, he never got, you know, like guitar players like that he played with at the time. Steve Morris does a recording with Steve Morris, does a recording with Van Halen, stuff like that, like bootlegs. I'll play those, I'll react to those, but just like if you can, if it's in your power, you know, if you really like this, then buy the disc, you know, just to help the family. It's gonna end, because on Spotify we're listening to it, it's not gonna help. So yeah, well, thank you so much for being here, for watching this, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.